Market Prospects, delivering timely information and education to prairie farmers for 30 years. Market Prospects is brought to you by the University of Saskatchewan's Department of Bioresource Policy, Business and Economics, and these sponsors. Log on to marketprospects.usask.ca to view past programs and for information on upcoming programs.
This week in our Market Prospects interview, a look at Saskatchewan Pulse Growers and farmers' investment. And we're pleased to have as our guest Carl Potts, the Executive Director of SPG, or Saskatchewan Pulse Growers. Great to have you on Farmgate.
Great to be here, Bob.
Right off the top then, what is the purpose as well as the history of Saskatchewan Pulse Growers?
Well, Saskatchewan Pulse Growers was established in the 1980s by a visionary group of farmers that really wanted to further develop the pulse crop industry in Saskatchewan. In the 1990s, SPG began to make major investments in pulse crop breeding in partnership with the University of Saskatchewan Crop Development Centre. And as a result of that partnership, we've been able to release over 100 new pulse varieties royalty-free out to growers. So you roll forward a few years, and now Saskatchewan farmers are really global leaders in pulse production and exports, and supply peas and lentils and other pulses to over 100 countries around the world.
So let's look at the details of some of the work that you guys are doing on behalf of farmers then.
Well, on the production side, we have a very significant focus on keeping pulses competitive at the farm gate. So we invest in breeding research, continuing to develop new and improved varieties. We tackle key agronomic constraints to pulse production, like weed and disease management. But we can't just produce more. We also know that we need to focus on increasing market demand and markets for pulses more generally. So we're working to increase ingredient utilization, to support market development in traditional markets, as well as ensure that we keep access open to the 100+ countries that we export to. So doing work trying to ensure that we have maximum residue limits that work in international markets, ensure that we have a transportation system that is performing for all shippers of pulse crops is just some of the work that we're working on.
What are some of the new areas and activities that we'll be looking at in the near future then?
Well, we have a lot of new exciting initiatives, particularly in the area of new market demand. One of the major components of our growth strategy for an industry is increased ingredient utilization. So trying to get more pulse ingredients utilized in food products that all of us consume. We've seen major new product formulations. For example, Cheerios has reformulated Cheerios to include lentils. We've seen pulse flour used in pasta, baked goods, snack foods, those sort of things. So we really think that we're really only on the tip of the iceberg in terms of ingredient utilization, and that's an area that will continue. The second area would be increased market promotion. So food companies have told us that consumers need to know more about health and nutrition attributes of pulses in order for them to include more pulse ingredients in food products. So we're doing work to increase the awareness of the benefits of consuming lentils. We're working with dietitians, food bloggers, chefs. We've engaged celebrity Chef Michael Smith, to work with us as a brand ambassador on that work, and we see lentil consumption increasing in North America. The other thing that we're really excited about is the United Nations has declared 2016 as International Year of Pulses, and we think that this is a tremendous once-in-a-lifetime opportunity really to increase the focus on pulses globally, on their health and nutrition benefits for consumers, for food companies, talk about the sustainability benefits of including pulses in crop rotation. So that's one area leading up to 2016 that we're really excited about.
Do you have longer term looks too, other things you'll be looking at for the longer term?
Yeah, for sure. We have a vision of having at least one pulse crop available for every acre in Saskatchewan, and we think soybeans and faba beans are going to play a very important role there. We've made significant new investments in soybean agronomy research, over $350,000 of new investments of grower levy dollars into soybean research. On the faba bean side, we're increasing our level of investment in faba bean breeding, in agronomy research as well, and we think that both soybeans and faba beans will have an important place as additional nitrogen fixing crops in farmers' rotations. In addition to that, we're dealing with some particularly challenging issues with respect to root rot as a result of wetter conditions that growers have experienced in many areas of the province over the last number of years. So we're increasing our level of investment and attention on root disease. But beyond that, we're also looking to try to support the development of more herbicide tolerance platforms in pulse crops to ensure that the crop protection products that growers have today remain competitive and sustainable in the longer term. So those are some of the longer term initiatives that we have going on.
Great information. Thanks very much for coming on Farmgate.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll take a break again. We're back in 2 minutes. Please stay with us.